Member now recognize the ranking member of the full committee for any comments he would like to make.
Thank you, Chair, and the ranking member as well for holding this hearing. It's an opportunity today for members to learn about the state of the automated commercial motor vehicle industry, what's happening now, what we might see in the future, and how these technological changes will impact public safety, jobs, and the movement of goods. The Transportation Infrastructure Committee regularly discusses the impacts of automation across many modes and in different contexts. Autonomous commercial vehicles, or AVs, however, are in a league of their own in terms of potential impact. Consideration of policies surrounding this technology deserves a high degree of scrutiny for several reasons. The size and reach of this industry. Trucks move over 70% of the nation's freight by weight, and there are 13.8 million large trucks registered in the U.S. The size of the workforce. In 2022, the industry employed 3.5 million truck drivers. The interface with travelers and communities. Every mile and every hour of a truck's operation is on shared public roads used by families, including highways, rural roads, and neighborhood streets. And the safety realities of the industry. Every year, currently, over 5,000 people are killed in crashes involving large trucks on our roads. So let's start with safety. In 2021, 5,788 people were killed in crashes involving large trucks. Non-drivers are particularly vulnerable in roadway crashes. Pedestrian fatalities have reached a 41-year high, and bicyclist fatalities have reached a 46-year high. So I look forward to hearing from our witnesses today about the safety implications of AVs. While these vehicles hold the promise of reducing driver errors like distraction or driving under the influence, they also raise different and new safety questions. How will AVs make split decisions on the roadway? Will they be able to recognize and avoid vulnerable road users? I should say, will the people who program and develop AVs be able to program and develop them to ensure that the trucks recognize and avoid vulnerable road users? Can they interact safely with emergency vehicles like police cruisers or fire trucks? These outcomes will have life and death implications. So while the status quo on highway fatalities is unacceptable, AVs and the people who deploy and design them must be held to the highest standards as they are developed and deployed. We can't substitute one inadequate system for another. Let's take a look at jobs. We talk about transportation, or I talk about transportation as a job creator, including how the bipartisan infrastructure law is projected to create over 700,000 jobs per year. So while autonomous trucks may create new or different jobs with human drivers overseeing or dispatching AVs, their mass deployment stands to eliminate jobs or degrade wages for the existing truck drivers. Commercial AVs as well are not limited to trucks. Transit bus operators also face job losses or changes if a human driver becomes unnecessary. AV technology has the potential to make truck driving a better job by helping shift more work to safer, more predictable work in short-haul routes or dispatching. But AVs can also threaten career choices that has long been a path to the middle class and a good paycheck. So I encourage our industry witnesses today to work closely with the drivers, including labor and independent owner-operators, to hear their concerns and harness their real-world experience to make sure the power of this technology builds a safer and cleaner motor carrier industry with better jobs for the women and men who move goods. Now let's take a look at the practical impacts. AVs have the potential to improve mobility and accessibility, but also to worsen congestion and carbon pollution. In a world in which cars and trucks could operate without drivers, it's not hard to imagine that gridlock and pollution could come alongside a nascent technology. Unlike a smartphone, this isn't a case where we can put our technology out there and work out the kinks as we go along. There are implications for our infrastructure. Roadway conditions vary road by road, state by state, and day by day with changing weather. The technology and those people who develop it need to ensure consistency and uniformity to perform as expected, regardless of everyday conditions. As AVs deploy, we may learn quickly the required changes to signage, lane striping, or even roadway design that are needed for them to perform optimally, all requiring infrastructure improvements. So this is an issue of particular importance to this committee and a key question that will need answers as we look to the next round in the future of investment in the revitalization of our roads, bridges, and highways. So there's a lot of questions. Some of them are probably perfectly easily answerable, some probably not. And so I look forward to hearing about the state of the industry today and learning more from our witnesses about how to best approach these opportunities and, importantly for this committee, these challenges. With that, I yield back.
Thank the ranking member.